Okay, because this is going to be the video I use for 3.2, because might as well. All right, so for this question, it is what does the minimum amount have with the interest rates, blah, blah, blah. It's a bunch of stuff. But part A, it's asking you to do a dot plot of the 6 sets of data using a common scale. And what it means by 6 sets is the 6 different minimum deposits. Okay, so what you're doing is you're making a, I can talk, a dot plot based on those 6 scales. Let me pause this for a second. I need to. Yes. Okay, resume share. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make kind of a weird dot plot because we have some weird numbers, but the way we do it is, again, like the dot plot that's on page 50, 58, I think, where they actually have it set up with like lines. And so I wish there was a way to make lines with this. I don't think there is. Nope. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to make a line for, what's the lowest one? 5. A line for 10. A line for 25. A line. Let's erase that line. Let's make it a little farther up. A line for 50, I believe, and then 100. A line for 100. Okay, so I have my dot plot kind of set up like this. And then what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to sort it by the rates. Okay, so if I look at all the different, the interest rates, we have, starting at the lowest one looks like it is 0.35. 0.35. And then next we have 0.5. 0.64. 0.70. 0.75. 0.80. Oh my goodness, and then it goes way up too. Okay, so then we have point. Do we have any 90s? No 90s. 95. 99. 1. Okay, I'm not going to do all of them because this is going to look messy. But that's okay. Let me check my chat real quick because I saw chat bleeped. Yes, it is, Candace. The Go formative is up. Okay, and so then how I'm going to do this is I'm going to look at my interest rate. So for 0.35, I have 1 in the 25 section, so I'll put a dot there. And I have 1 in the 100 section, so I'll put a dot there. And then I'm just going to keep working through it like that. 50, I have 1 in the 10, so I'll put it in the 10. 64, I have 1 in the 5, so I'll put a dot in the 5 section. 0.70, I have 1 in the 100. 0.75, I have 1 in the 10.
Wait, so do they go on the line or like?
So they're going to go above the line. And so 0.75, I'm going to have 1 right here. And so see, you can kind of see like 0.75, I have 1 here, 1 here. And so the reason is because if I want to double up, like if I have, and so you're making it like this. And so then you can kind of see which row has the most. So I can be like, oh, the 10s, most of them have the 10s. Most of them have 25s. You know what I mean? And so you can kind of look, it makes these layers of dots. And so you'll be able to get that information you need just by looking at the rows. and seeing which row has the most information. And so it kind of, like I said, and this will help you with other stuff. Let me keep going. So where was I? I was at 75.75. I did one in the 10, one in the 25. Okay, and so here we go. And so I have two more in the tens. I have a 0.75 with a 10, 0.75 with a 10. And so see, when I have multiples and I have another 25. And so this way you can see, look, I've got 3.75 because I have three different companies that offer this combination of a $10 minimum deposit and a 75% return of interest. And so that's why we have these gaps so that I can have them stacked up like that if I need to. And I know that all those are within the tens. Does that make sense? I think. Okay, so I did the 75s. Let's do 80. So when I go 80, I put a dot on the 10. Any more 80s? Did I miss that 75? Nope, no more 80s. We have a 95. 95 is at 100. And then we have 99 is at 5. 100. We have lots of 100s. We have 100 at, oh no, we don't have a lot of 100s. I'm looking at it backwards. We have a lot of things that require a $100 deposit. So we have 1% is at 5. I think that's the only one. Oh no, we have more. Okay, so we have one at 10, another at 5, one at 100, one at 50, one at 25. Okay, that's all of them. Let's continue this over. So I kind of see. I said it's a very ugly chart because I'm drawing it all freehand, but this is kind of what it'll look like. And you would keep going. I would not draw it, like draw it on a piece of paper and take a picture of it is going to be your best way to do this. Don't try and do it on here. But this way it's saved, and I'll post this later so you can kind of see how it looks. Okay, so that's part A. Okay, now we're going to do part B. Part B, what you're going to do is you're going to make box plots. Okay, and to do the box plot, you want to do a 5-number summary. All right, and each 5-number summary is going to be based on the minimum deposit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all of the minimum deposits or all of the rates for one of the minimum of deposits. So let's do the 100s. So I'm going to make a quick little table of the 100s. So all of these will say minimum deposits of 100s. So I've got a 0.35, 0.70, 1.0, 1.07, 1.10, 1.24, and 0.95. So this is my list of all of the entries that have a minimum deposit of 100. Okay, so when I'm doing a 5-number summary,
a box form, sorry.
What was that?
Will we put it in a box form, or do we just list it like that?
So I'm going to do a box plot, but first I have to do the 5-number summary.
Okay.
Okay, and so the first step is to get all of them listed out. And then I want to put them in order. So like this isn't in order. So I need to move this 95 right here, which is an easy change. I'm just going to do this. 0.95. We'll erase that one. Okay, because to do the 5-number summary, remember the first 2 numbers that you get is the first and the last number, and that's the highest value and the lowest value. So we have this number and this number. First, so we do a 5-number summary. We do highest and lowest. Okay, those are our first 2 numbers. All right. The next number is the the mean, okay? So then we do the mean. Okay, and the mean is the one where we add them all up, divide by the number of numbers. So let's see what that is. So the mean, come on, phone. .35 plus 0.7 plus 1 plus 0.95 plus 1.07 plus 1.1 plus 1.24. Okay, so that's 6.41, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. So we divide that by 7, and we get our mean is equal to 90.916. Okay, so now I have 3 numbers in my 5-number summary. And the last 2 numbers are P25 and P75. Remember, that was the second quartile and the third quartile. The formula for the quartiles was NK over 100, where N equals number of numbers and K equals this number, PK. Okay. So if I want to figure out P25, I'm going to say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. So I'm going to say 7 times 25 over 100, and that equals 7 times 25 divided by 100 equals 175 divided by 100, 1.75. So I get 1.75. Right, and remember, these percentile numbers, what they were is they were telling you which number to pick in the list. So this is closest to 2. So that means I'm going to pick this number. That is P25, is 0.70. And I'm going to do the same thing for P75. We're going to say 7 times 75 over 100 equals, and we'll probably get 1.1. We'll get this, we'll probably get that it's this number. So we've got, what did I say? 7 times 75 divided by, 525 divided by 100. 5.25. So that's the 5th number. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got this number. Okay. So it's going to be that number. P75. 1.07. Okay. So we have our 5 numbers. So to do our box plot, a box and whiskers, I'm going to go over here, make a grid, and down here I'm going to do my 5, 10, 25, 50, 100. And then up here I would make all of my decimals that I'm using, right? So we've got like 0.35, 0.5, 0.6, nope, not 6.5. Let's kind of, so that's going up by 15. So we'll say, oh, so yeah, we'll just do 6.5, 0.65, 0.8, 0.95, 1.1, 1.25. So I tried to make each hash mark be 0.15 and looks somewhat equally spaced. Okay, so now I'm going to draw my box plot, box and whiskers. So my highest and lowest numbers. So I'm going to put a blue dot at 0.35 and one at 1.24. So I have one way down here and one way up at the top. Okay. And then I'm going to have my mean. I think I got 91. Yeah, so about 92. So 95. So it's going to be a little below 95. So there's my mean. And then I need my P25 is at 0.70. So that's right here. And the other one was at 1.7, which is like right about here. So now I can draw my box and whiskers. And that's kind of what my box and whiskers would look like for 100. And then I would do the same thing for 50, 25, 10, and 5. And this will probably look a lot better if you do it on actual paper instead of this. All right, I'm going to stop recording. So give me 1 sec. Did I? Yes, I did record. Okay, good.